We're really excited about the potential that EDGEPoS is bringing here and the interest that we're getting across the globe, which is an amazing thing for us to think about whenever we started this journey 10 years ago in developing the system. This system's been a fantastic benefit to our store network. We have a really diverse range of people in terms of company-owned stores and independent stores, running under a lot of different brands. And what we really were able to capture is the marketing message. We're really able to push our strong marketing and promotional activity because the system allows us to do the same promotional activity across all those sites. Also from our perspective at the group level, we then get one version of the truth, and it's a phrase that's used very often in the industry, but we're able to get a truly representative one version of the truth, whether you're working in a convenience store with 2 lanes up to a small supermarket with 15 lanes. We understand that flow of data. We're also able to get that in a really timely fashion. One of the things we really wanted to do, is to get that through. I suppose, it's one of these things we look at all the time. Why our tills, why our system? One of the big things we look at whenever we're with system is that we are one of the only till companies in the world that actually uses their own tills. We in these stores, these are our stores, it's our system. We're invested in this for the future, so we see a roadmap, we see a future of developing this system forever because we're fully engaged with that. That then drives our retail decision making. We're not an IT company they're trying to interpret how retail works. We're a retail company who has decided to write an IT system completely the other way around. That means real understanding of the retail environment. That leads us to then integrations. We know, if we're talking before about having one version of the truth and one source of that understanding, we have to integrate as many things as we can into the forecourt. We work with multiple fuel brands who all have different versions of how card acceptance and things like that. We bring that into the table. We have integrated with all the service aspects throughout the store, whether that's bill payment or card payment, or the food to go counters. We bring that all together, which means that the system is really flexible depending on what the store needs. We are working with small CTNs that maybe have 1 lane and are focused on selling product, and that's fantastic, to then large supermarkets where you have a full offering, a full suite offering like the store we have here. So upgrades for the system are ongoing. We're always developing the system. It's one of these things that IT companies get pilloried for quite a lot. We've built that into our model, so we give everybody all the upgrades that we have. That works really well for us because we then know that everybody's working on the most latest version of where we have got fixes or improvements in the software. But it also means that everybody benefits from the innovations that we're putting in there. We have automated all this as well, so we can do this overnight and on all the tills across our network, and whether that be in the UK, whether that's Australia, or whatever country we're dealing with at the minute. We talk to all those tills every 15 minutes, so we know what's happening in those stores, and then overnight we can push out the new updates to those stores, which means there's no interference with the actual store operations. So everybody can get those upgrades. There's no costs involved. Now we've built that all in. Nobody's having that discussion, but it also means we can give them those updates in a timely fashion, and it means that they get them without interruption. We're not taking tills down during the day. We're making that all very easy for the store to then adopt and be able. We want this system to grow with the actual operator as they grow. So integration is a key part of this, and we have multiple integrations across the system. If you start out on the forecourt, before you even come into the shop, we have multiple fuel brands. We work with BP across, whether it be in UK, whether it be in Australia, and their card systems there. We work with Valero and Texaco and those brands. We also then work with all the other major fuel brands in the UK to actually understand theirs, and across Ireland, whether that be Maxwell, which are obviously very large across the island of Ireland, to make sure that we have all those kind of card interfaces, because that brings in fuel cards, payment, all that kind of payment technology. So that's just in the forecourt before you even enter the door of the shop. Once you get inside the shop, that then depends on your wholesaler supply. So obviously with Spar being our key accounts there, but we work with multiple wholesale supply, the likes of UCB in Australia, and the likes of Booker, Londis in UK, Spar wholesalers as well across the country. So we're continually growing that. Every store that we go to, we're continuing to grow that. You then get inside the store, you've got your goods in the store, you've got your forecourt if you have one. We then have all the services, whether that's PayPoint, PayZone, those kind of services about bill payment integrated into the software as well. So it's all this kind of unified platform. We've integrated then the likes of scales. So we get into how people run their hot food counters and their deli counters. So scale brands, whether that's Mettler or Toledo or Avery Berkel or those kind of sites, we then have that integrated so that it can be controlled from the one system, right up to then finally even the digital signage within the store. coming on stream in the next couple of weeks is that we will actually control the pricing on the digital signage from the system as well. So it means, again, back to this, that a manager, any type of store, should be able to control all the data and all the activity within that store from one place. And that's our goal, and that's our reason to be. So one of the really great examples of how the system really works well and is affecting the business as a whole has been around coffee. You know, coffee is a massive part of the business now. One of the largest brands in Northern Ireland of coffee and barista bar. And we're able to actually integrate, we've put as a full electronic loyalty system within our tills, running over 400 sites, whether that's independent operators, company-owned operators, they're all often have a single loyalty system, which gives us hundreds of thousands of customers that we're able to interact with at any one time. But from a store perspective, what it does is it moves us away from those little paper that you may see, buy 9 cups of coffee, get the 10th free, which are open to fraud and abuse. By putting that on a digital platform, that allows us to control that, so wastage is down and control of that product is much, much greater. We've also then been able to enhance that as we've moved into obviously recyclability and reusability, introducing reusable cups into the coffee offering. We're able then to use the system to encourage people to go with recyclable materials, and actually we get double points, for example, on a cup. And that's all controlled by the system. All a shopper has to do is scan their code. The actual operator at the till doesn't have to think about it, the system does it for them. And that means it's very easy. So that's, you know, we are working with in multiple countries already, and we really see that interest through all our partnerships. Now that we have got to, we've over 600 stores now across the globe using the system, and that has got us to a level that's really engaging other players. So we see 2020 as a real kind of turning point for us, you know, as we come into more contact with more and more of these suppliers, and we can get involved with them because we know we have a really strong offering here, and we're really excited to get other people on board to really get the benefits of it as well.